I'm Zach.
I'm Nick.
And this is Brazen Banter. Let's go.
Am I the asshole for calling my brother-in-law out for subscribing to my porn account? I, 29 female, have been married to my sweet husband, 33 male, for 2 years, and we've been together for 7 years in total. While my husband is not conservative, his family is very conservative Christian. They are nice people outside of their beliefs, but he doesn't have much contact with them. Anyway, about 5 years ago, I started making certain kinds of content on certain kinds of platforms that do not line up with my in-laws' values. I make good money, and my husband and I live comfortably. My husband is completely supportive, but we don't tell his family what I do because he doesn't want them to know. They think I still work in insurance. I also keep my personal social media separate from the accounts I use to make adult content, though it's not impossible to connect the two. Not too long ago, an account using my brother-in-law's name, Eric, and a username that he uses on many of his other social media accounts paid to subscribe to me on the site where I post adult content. I only noticed because I recognized the username when he liked a video I posted. I told my husband about this, and we decided to block the account. It was obviously him. So, we went out for dinner with my husband's family, including Eric, his wife, and his newborn son, for Mother's Day yesterday. It was a nice get-together at first, but then Eric kept asking me how work was going and kept asking for super specific details. He wouldn't leave me alone, to the point that my father-in-law noticed and cracked a joke about it. I'm still not sure what the point of asking me about work was exactly. Was he trying to make me lie? Embarrass me? Make me confess what I do and shock everyone? He had a look on his face like he was trying to provoke me. Anyway, I lost my patience after one of his bullshit questions and said, "You seem like you really want everyone to know that I make porn." He started laughing and said he didn't know what I meant by that. I said that he had been fixating on what I do for work all night, and it was starting to piss me off because I had just blocked him and refunded his money on the site he subscribed to. After that, my husband and I left early. Now my in-laws clearly don't approve of me, and Eric and his wife are furious. Eric said his family doesn't want to be around my husband or me until I apologize to him and his wife for wrongly accusing him of watching that filth. The thing is, I 100% believe it was him, and I don't think it's right that he tried to bully me over something that has nothing to do with him. I want to stand my ground on this, but I also feel bad because my husband is unwillingly stuck in the middle. Am I the asshole?
Screenshot that shit. That's what you do. You screenshot and say, "What's that shit say?"
I mean, that's the way to go about it if you really want to be confrontational about it. Man, that's tough, though, because you got
Think of who you're talking about. Think of who you're talking to. What would I do? Would I be confrontational?
I mean, you would be for sure, but that's not what she's asking if she was in the right or wrong for being confrontational in this situation. Obviously, her mother-in-law and father-in-law don't agree with that lifestyle, which would automatically...
She gets paid to suck dick. Who cares?
I mean, she might not even be sucking dick, but that's not even the point, though. Like, she's catching other people in her family, like, in the middle of, like, this whole conflict situation by throwing that out there.
Who cares, dude? It honestly, it's her business. The weird part is, why the fuck is this dude like, "Hey, how you doing?" That seriously, like, let's say your significant other had a fucking porn account.
Okay.
And I'm subscribed to it. It'd be fucking weird.
It's fucking weird, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, if you're going to put yourself out there on the fucking internet, whoever watches it, watches it.
I mean, that's a whole different kind of support, I guess.
I mean, yeah, they're paying for it. Who cares? If you want to put your snatch out on the internet, if the family members happen to come across it, they happen to come across it.
Can you imagine that at the family get-togethers? Man, I don't know how you handled that position, but that was phenomenal.
I've heard of spread eagle before, but you brought it to a whole new plane. No, I mean, oh man, this one's a tough one for me because, like, in my opinion, if you're going to put yourself out there, whoever fucking subscribes. Whoever finds it, finds it. That being said, I think the brother-in-law never directly called her out on it. She felt attacked by it because she thought that it was him subscribing, but she doesn't know for
Then
sure.
why is he constantly asking her, how's work going? How's work going? How them titties doing, basically, is what he's asking.
That's what she's hearing. But is that what he's asking?
He's constantly asking how work's going, like nonstop. When me and you talk, I might ask you how work's going once in a conversation.
Okay, all right. So let's just change the frame on this just a little bit, though. You heard from a third party that I was talking shit about one of your kids. I was talking shit about one of your kids. They smell funny, whatever it is. Okay. Now, if I start
If you would've
talking
said
about
they're assholes, I'd believe it.
Okay, what I'm saying is, chill the fuck out. Let me make my point. So what I'm saying is like, okay, you've heard through a third party that I'm talking shit about your kids, saying that they smell. Okay, now I start asking what type of deodorant you use and what type of deodorant, your partner uses, and maybe I'm trying to make a switch. Maybe I'm wanting to change things up, use a different shampoo, whatever it is. I'm asking questions about this just to get your opinion. But because you've heard it from a third party that I was talking shit, you're taking that in such a way that I'm poking fun or trying to point out the fact that your fucking kid stinks. But that's the way you hear it, not necessarily the way I meant it. Because I didn't talk shit about your kid, but you heard that I talked shit about your kid. So therefore, you're hearing that I'm talking shit about your kid more, but directly to your face.
Right, but at the same time, it's not like she snapped off and yelled and screamed. All she said is, are you trying to let everyone know I do porn? Is that what your intent is? Yo. She said that. She asked him that. So,
Yeah.
Mother-in-law, father-in-law ain't gonna like her because she likes to spread them cheeks. And she does it on the internet. But who cares? If that's what she wants to do, and her husband's cool with it, so be it. Bills are paid, right? They're not paying her bills. They're not paying his bills. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I totally agree that it doesn't fucking matter what she's doing. Like, whatever. If that's what she wants to do with her life. But the question, like, of calling it out at dinner in front of God and everybody, like, it shows a lack of class, in my opinion. Like, if that's what you're going to do, fine. You got to expect that people in your family are going to see it. Like, that's, like, one of the biggest things about doing porn in general is, like, oh, I hope my family doesn't see this. Right? Like, am I wrong about that?
I don't know. I don't do porn.
Well, whatever. You fucking cunt.
If I did, everyone would know.
Right. So, I don't know.
I'd be calling you, Zach, you got to see this position. Oh, my God. The way this girl moved her.
Anyway, like, I don't know. I think she's kind of the ass.
Though.
I think, okay, so where's my opinion on this? I think the brother-in-law was being an asshole, trying to call it out. But I also think she was the asshole by going about it the way she did. She should have pulled him aside and said, look, I know you fucking subscribed to my channel. I blocked your fucking thing. I have the screenshots to prove it. I don't want to blow your shit up in front of God and everybody, and I don't want to blow my shit up in front of God and everybody. You know what I do. I know what I do. Shut the fuck up about it, and we'll just leave it at that. And then nobody's fucking hurt unless he goes and says, and he's the one talking shit about her. Like, there's some class that can be had. You know what I mean? Like,
who gives a fuck about class? This is am I the asshole, not do I have class?
It is.
Fuck
it is
that.
am I the asshole?
No.
You're either an asshole or you have class.
She
ain't got no fucking class.
Yeah, she does.
How does she have class?
It's classes of how to bend over, but
I mean,
I can't say she's the asshole.
I think they're both
I can't.
assholes. Okay.
I think she might have been able to go around it a different way. I will say that. But at the same time, I don't think she's an asshole.
How does that make her not the fucking asshole? If she can go about it in a better way that's more classy, that doesn't put her husband in the middle of a fucking battlefield that he didn't want to be a part of, he was okay with you doing the shit, but when it brings him into the fold and brings him into the fuck up, he didn't ask to be a part of that. The mother-in-law and father-in-law didn't ask to be a part of that shit. Like, they don't know that all that's going on.
Maybe the brother-in-law should have shut the fuck up and it would have never happened.
He didn't outright say that, hey, just so you guys know, we're eating our fucking sushi here. Did you know I seen your daughter's fucking clam too? You know, like, he didn't outright say that. He was asking how work is going. She took it a particular way and decided to out her fucking self in front of God and everybody.
But he asked multiple times.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care.
How about this?
What'd you have for dinner?
How about this?
Hey, what'd you have for dinner?
How about this? Everybody sucks. She just happens to suck better.
I'm fine with that as long as we can fucking agree that, like, things could have gone better here. Yeah.
I don't think she's the asshole, but things could have been said differently.
I see what you started off doing. You were trying to see if she'd message into the channel, share her little page there so you can go check it out. But I don't give a fuck. I'm going to call it out where I see it's being fucking ridiculous.
I don't give a fuck either. You know better than anyone that I don't give a fuck about anything. However, she sucks, just dick, not at this.
Everybody sucks. She just sucks better. I don't think we have a stamp for that one, bro. Maybe we could do the pacifier one and put an eggplant emoji on it or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I think this could have been gone about a little bit better. Obviously, it doesn't fucking matter.
I agree with you there. I agree with you there. She could have went a bit around it a different way, but I still don't think she's the asshole. But we'll go with everybody sucks. She just sucks better.
All right, fine. I'll leave that at that then. All right. Also, on this one, the internet says she's not the asshole. So.
Look at that.
There's your validation.
Ugh. Me and the internet agree for once.
Only unbleached assholes subscribe to this channel. How dark is yours? All right, on to the next one.
Am I the asshole for walking away from my business and refusing to pay rent after my partner essentially turned our shop into a hostage situation? I, Diana, 30s female, am currently in the middle of a business dissolution that has devolved into an absolute nightmare. My partner, Sarah, and I have been trying to run our shop, but our third partner, Claire, has turned our dream into a toxic, disorganized disaster. I need an objective take. Am I the asshole for finally cutting ties, clearing out my property, and refusing to pay another cent in rent for a shop I'm no longer allowed to enter? The red flags started early. We began with a shared vision, but Claire's true colors came out fast. She was constantly stalling on events and workshops, claiming she was uncomfortable, only to change her mind every 5 minutes. It was impossible to get any momentum. When Sarah, our CFO, tried to do her job and requested financials weekly, Claire stonewalled her for months. When she finally produced records for the dissolution, they were a joke. She tried to write off her personal food, gas, and private stock as business expenses. The power plays were just as bad. The manipulation was textbook. Claire told us she had secured a second building for our business at no extra rent. She held this over our heads as leverage to force us to do whatever she wanted, but then refused to actually let us use the building. It was just a carrot on a stick to keep us under her thumb. Things got even worse inside the shop. Claire refused to open on weekdays, even though our suppliers required it. She would roll in whenever she felt like it, usually around 11 a.m. or 1 p.m., and refused to post our operating hours. But the weirdest part, she insisted that Sarah and I were not allowed to be in the shop alone. If we wanted to work, she had to be there to supervise us. It felt less like a partnership and more like she was holding the shop hostage. She even kept a business function from starting for 45 minutes once because she was too busy engraving items for her own gratification. The breaking point came in May. The gaslighting reached a fever pitch when Claire started screenshotting our private, professional business chats and sending them to her family and friends to stir up drama. When a lucrative local service contract was offered to our business, Claire didn't even bring it to us. She bypassed us, performed the service herself, and pocketed the cash. She was also caught canceling our supplier contracts behind our backs and trying to pay suppliers independently just to keep Sarah and me out of the loop. And the bald-faced lies? She told her lawyer that we never did a stock take. That is a complete lie. I was physically standing there helping her do it. She just kept all the paperwork to create a fake narrative. Then came the climax. In June, she finally blocked us from the shop entirely. Then, she demanded we remove our property. So we did exactly that. We cleared out our belongings and left her with everything else. Now she is demanding that we keep paying rent until the lease expires next year. She has exclusive control of the shop. She is the one who blocked us out. She is the one who forced us to move our stock. Yet somehow she thinks we are the villains for refusing to fund her personal kingdom. We have handed every shred of evidence, from the unauthorized payments to the privacy breaches, to an independent auditor to sort through the wreckage. We have told her attorney that we are not paying for a space she has forbidden us from entering. She is acting like we betrayed her, but I am just trying to survive the madness. So, am I the asshole for walking away, taking my stuff, and closing the doors on this disaster?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely crazy that this person is going into business with somebody else but is going to act like that. Like, you can't take the company stuff for yourself. Like, there's a process that has to be in place for taxes, let alone nothing else. Even if it was going to her, there's a process. The business makes money, then the business pays out a certain amount of money to its employees or shareholders or whatever.
Right? I mean, this lady is literally trying to get the business and run it as she's the CEO boss lady, and trying to get them to help her pay for it when they aren't getting any control, even though they're partners.
Yeah, it's time to walk away from this business. Obviously, you got a lawyer involved. I think you made the right choice doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a toxic work environment. And even if she was the majority shareholder or stakeholder or whatever you want to call it, obviously it's a small business. Even if that's the case, this person needs to learn some leadership skills, like what it means to be a leader. You take responsibility for the actions of your subordinates. If somebody's not trained properly and ends up making a mistake, the issue isn't with that person, it's the fact that they weren't trained properly to do it. Now, obviously, that comes to a certain point where people are just turds, but regardless, if you're a business owner, you need to accept responsibility for the failures of the business.
Right. Well, and it's not even sounding like she's worried about the business failing. She's just trying to do her own thing, The other two sound like they're trying to make the business thrive, and this lady miraculously got a second building and is holding it over their head.
Right. It seems like she wants to be the influencer or the boss bitch of the situation, having that prestige and that aura around her where she's the queen of the castle or whatever. That's fucked up. That's not the way shit runs. Yeah, if you're successful and you get stuff, fine, but putting that on as a front just to say your business is thriving and successful, even though it's falling to shreds right from underneath you. But again, I mean, that's a situation of this person is just a terrible leader. And of course, anything that this person is involved in is going to fail in the future. They say that the only ships that are guaranteed to fail are partnerships. So keep that in mind going forward and think about that when you go to start up another business.
What are you trying to say? This is a partnership, motherfucker.
This is a relationship.
It's also a partnership. So what, we're brothers, it's still a partnership.
Well, I mean, I think that's a little bit different. I mean, there's plenty of tropes about not getting into business with a family either, but fuck it, we'll sell this ship till
this is a little different. We're having fun doing this. So.
Right, regardless, we'll float this ship till it sinks. And I trust that if shit goes south, it's not going to be, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. I know for a fact I'll take responsibility if shit goes south. Obviously, I have some more experience in this field than
Amanda.
Blame the dog. Rufus fucked it up.
Fucking Donnie.
Donnie the donkey. There we go. There's our scape donkey.
Oh man, that's
so-
funny. No, this lady is not the asshole.
I definitely agree. Not the asshole. Get out of there and start a business with somebody that wants to see a business successful and not somebody who wants to be successful themselves or portray being successful.
Right, agreed. This lady just wants to be successful. The whatever fucking name is, not OP, but the whatever the bitch's name is, I don't fucking remember. I don't even care to remember.
Yeah. All right. On to the next one.
Am I the asshole for telling my biological daughter that she's not mine? For some context, my best friend Dylan and I have known each other for years. After he and his husband Grant got married, they started looking for egg donors and asked if I would donate my eggs. I agreed. It was a long, painful process, but eventually they got a surrogate and welcomed their daughter, Merida. Fast forward 5 years, and I was invited to Merida's birthday party. Everything was going great until Grant's mom cornered me with a bunch of questions. She has always been weird. She skipped their wedding, has made rude comments for years about Merida having 2 dads, and constantly says Merida does not look like either of them. Dylan and Grant had never told her who the donor was because they were no contact with her for a long time. She told me she had seen my post about the downsides of donating eggs and asked if I was their donor. I told her no because it was none of her business. She kept insisting that Merida looked just like me and eventually said she knew I was the biological mother and that I needed to step up and be there for my daughter. At that point, I just left. Later that night, Dylan texted me asking why I had left so early, so I told him everything. He apologized and said he would handle it. A couple of months later, Dylan and Grant asked me to babysit Merida while they went out for their anniversary. Merida was acting quieter than usual, and after her parents left, I tried to talk to her. After a couple minutes of silence, she looked at me and asked, "Are you my mom?" I was completely caught off guard. I asked why she thought that, and she said Grandma told her I was. I told her I was not her mom and that Dylan and Grant were her parents. I wanted to explain what an egg donor was, but she is only 5, and I did not feel like it was my place to have that conversation without her dad's there. She started crying and ran to her room. I immediately called Dylan and Grant, explained what happened, and they came home. They thanked me for calling them right away and apologized for the situation. Now I'm wondering if I handled it wrong. I didn't want to lie to her, but I also didn't want to explain something so personal without her parents present. I feel terrible about the whole thing, and Grant's mom keeps commenting on my posts, calling me a deadbeat mother. It is really starting to get to me. Please let me know what I should do and whether I'm in the wrong. I used fake names and tried to explain this as quickly and clearly as I could. So sorry if it doesn't exactly make sense. Am I the asshole?
No. You're protecting her, by not telling her.
Yeah, number one, it's not your position to tell her. You are a surrogate, a donor. Like, that's not your spot. Your spot is to share the life for sure. But this mother-in-law or mother of Dylan or whatever, she needs to get put in her place and honestly completely fucking cut off from this girl. Like, there's no reason to be sharing that shit with a 5-year-old fucking kid. They don't understand anything about that. They don't understand about sex. They don't understand, maybe a little bit about body parts. But all in all, this is not a fucking conversation for a 5-year-old.
No, not at all. I mean, she did the right thing by saying what she said, If she wants to know later on in life, then the other one, the parents, should be the one to tell her.
Right.
It shouldn't be the surrogate. It shouldn't be the dumbass grandma who wants to stick her nose in fucking everything. Let it be the parents.
For real. Yeah, that's very frustrating, especially with us being fathers of ourselves. Like, if somebody was saying that shit to my kids being so young, like, no, you're done. You're cut off, blocked, out of here. I don't want to ever fucking see you again. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's like explaining to a 5-year-old what porn is. Like, you just don't do that shit.
Right. No, that's fucked up. That's severely fucked up. That this older lady, grandma, whatever the fuck she is, decided that I'm not only going to ruin one person's day, I'm going to try to traumatize one person's life. At 5 years old, that's traumatizing. You don't need to hear that shit.
For sure. And now, if this little 5-year-old girl really believes it, because she should trust her grandma, why wouldn't you trust your grandma at 5 fucking years old? Now, if there was ever to be some sort of relationship down in the future, now this lady doesn't have the trust of this child because somebody that she is, like, biologically to trust, that's ruined. She's completely fucking ruined that. It's,
right.
People fucking sticking in their nose into shit that don't belong to them, you know, unless it's to protect somebody, fuck right off.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't need to be sticking your nose in this at all. You know, I mean, obviously the woman's still in the girl's life, but she doesn't need to know that she was a surrogate. A time and place for that. It will come.
Right.
You know?
Now, it'd be
But
one thing if
5
these...
isn't the time nor place.
It'd be one thing if this was a conversation from the very beginning. You know, hey, this is who it is. You know, we're not your biological parents. We're your adopted parents or surrogate parents, whatever you want to call it. And then, like, that's just been a part of their life. But to blindside somebody like that, it's just completely wrong, in my opinion. No, but the OP, though, I think we both agree, not the asshole. You're protecting that child. And you're completely correct that even though you donated your eggs, it is not your responsibility to share that information.
Yeah, and it's not your child. It might share blood with you, but it's not your child.
Right. Yeah, when you donate like that, I think you give up all rights to have a say in whatever child's life. Like, it's not your kid to raise.
Correct.
It's like if I were to go and donate blood, I don't get to have a say in who that blood goes into or what that person that took my blood has to do with their life. Like, you're donating it. You donate something to Goodwill, you never fucking see it again. Like, it's no longer any of your business.
It ain't none of your business, but you might see it.
Right.
But you ain't gonna see the blood or anything like that. But yes, you are correct.
Right.
I mean, you could technically, I guess, find who got it and punch them.
Yeah. You need to be driving your car on the left-hand side of the road because you're wearing my fucking t-shirt. Like, shut the fuck up. Oh my gosh. So we both agree not the asshole on this one.
Yes, not the asshole.
This has been our banter. Stay brazen.
And don't do anything I would do.